Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today we are going to be making a gorgeous gnome holiday wreath using only one roll of 21-inch Deco Mesh and the Jackie Weave method. Let's get started.
Traditional Christmas colors for today's wreath, and I'm going to start off with this Deco Mesh that I got at BBCrafts. It's 21 inches, it's red and green with some green foil and red foil strips in between. Very, very beautiful mesh. Then I have a Dollar Tree sign, a Dollar Tree wreath form, which is 14 inches. Also some pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need 18 of these for the wreath form and 2 more to attach the sign, and maybe another one if you're going to do a bow. The ribbon I will be using is going to be this beautiful holly ribbon. One is 2.5 inches, one is 1.5 inches, and it's going to match our little gnome sign really nicely because it has 2 little holly and the berries right there. This is going to be such an adorable wreath. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare my wreath form. My wreath form is a metal wreath form that's 14 inches and it has 6 sections and it also has 4 rows. I always count from inside going out. In each of the sections, we're going to put a pipe cleaner on rows 1 and 2. And I'm going to put it right in the middle and give it 2 twists and fold it towards the inside of the wreath form. Then I'm going to go to the 3rd and 4th row and I'm going to do 2 pipe cleaners there. I'm going to twist these twice just like we did, and then I'm going to fold them going out. And then I'm going to repeat the same process going all the way around. So just 1 pipe cleaner right here on row 1 and 2, 2 pipe cleaners on rows 3 and 4 to the sides of my center one. I absolutely love this Deco Mesh, and I'm going to cut my Deco Mesh into 10-inch strips. You are going to need 36 strips, so if you're going to do this method using 2 colors, you're going to need 18 of each color, or 36 if you're just using 1 roll that's 21 inches by 10 yards. As you're cutting your Deco Mesh, you want to store it somewhere safe. I usually have a laundry basket next to my table and I just store them all in the laundry basket until they're ready to be used. We are ready to get started with the Jackie Weave. All I'm doing here is I'm taking one of my strips and I'm rolling them very lightly. I don't need to make it tight or anything. And then I just kind of gather it in the middle, bring it together, and I make sure that the ending, the part that's going to fray, is on the inside. Then I find my middle and then I'm going to attach it to my pipe cleaner. You could do it from the outside or from the inside. It really doesn't matter where you start. So there you go. There is my first little Jackie Weave, and the tail should be about 5 inches and so should the top. I'm grabbing my second piece of Deco Mesh and I'm just rolling it. And now I'm going to feed this one through the loop right here. And here is the weaving part of it. And then measure about 5 inches for the tail. And then you're going to attach the tail to the next pipe cleaner. So this is what we have so far. These 2 are interlocking and we have tails on the sides. I've got my next pipe cleaner. Same thing, I'm going to fold it in half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tail to tail. Going to put it right on top of the tail that we just finished here. And we are going to lock it in. And since we did tail to tail, now we're going to do loop to loop. Here we go. Now we're going to feed it through. After we fed it through, get your 5 inches for the tail and attach it to the next pipe cleaner. I have my next piece right here and I'm just going to do tail to tail. And so now going around, I'm going to continue doing the same thing. I'm going to do tail to tail, then loop to loop, and just keep on going all the way around. And here is my last loop and my last tail. And I'm just going to put one on top of the other. And we are done with the first row. Look how full this wreath is. This is just rows 2 and 3, those 6 pipe cleaners that we did. This is just the center. Now we're going to go to the pipe cleaners on row 3 and 4, and we're going to do the same thing. Just start weaving our pieces of Deco Mesh, roll them up, fold them in half, and off I go doing the same thing and just weaving it. Here I'm doing tail to tail, so I just put it right on top, and now I'm just going to do loop to loop. I'm all done with this wreath, and look how full this is. The center is tiny, which means this really filled in nicely. Look at my hand, how tiny my hand looks comparing to this huge wreath. And this is just one roll of 21" by 10 yards Deco Mesh. I think this is absolutely stunning. But the red and the green, when they're together, they kind of look a little dark, so you need to brighten it up. And that is why we are going to brighten it up with our sign. You can do one of two things. You can put the sign in the center, do the ribbon around, or you can put the sign on the side and do a big bow. I decided that because this Deco Mesh kind of gives off this really dark look, I decided that it needed the bright ribbon throughout the wreath. Now I'm just cutting each one of my ribbon rolls into 12" strips, and we're going to need 18 strips of each ribbon. I have my ribbon ready to make the bundles. Look how pretty this ribbon is, and it's going to brighten up the wreath really nicely. I'm starting with my 2.5" ribbon, then I'm going to bring the gold one and then the other holly one, and just bring it together and attach to my wreath. After I attach with my pipe cleaner, I know I'm not going to be putting anything else in here, so I'm just going to twist my pipe cleaner up a little bit. About 1 inch from the inside, I'm going to just snap it off, fold it in half, and then fold it back. And I don't really straighten these out until I'm done going all the way around. So my 2.5", my gold one, my other holly one, and then just bring it together and start filling in all those pipe cleaners. I am all done putting on my bundles. The ribbon really did brighten up the wreath, and I'm just going around straightening out all the ribbon, making sure that everything just lays down really nicely. And I just love that this wreath is traditional Christmas colors. I love holly, and I think it just turned out so beautiful. Now the little addition that's just going to make this wreath pop is my little gnome sign from the Dollar Tree. So let me just put pipe cleaners on this super quick. I have the sign right here, and this one comes with one of these that have little plastics on the ends. You can just poke them through, and that's it. As far as the little holes, I usually don't do anything to them for wreaths big like this, because you can definitely just throw a ribbon over it and hide those little holes. Now I'm going to take my little pipe cleaners, and I'm going to make a little flat surface just using my 2 fingers, some hot glue. I'm going to put the pipe cleaner on, more hot glue on top, and then I'm just grabbing a piece of ribbon. Whatever you have on hand is fine. Piece of fabric, felt, whatever. This is just another way of sealing in that pipe cleaner so it goes nowhere. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And now I'm just putting the sign straight on the wreath. And before I actually even attach it, I try to get the ribbon out from underneath that I want to peek through. I just covered this one hole, and then we'll grab more ribbon on this side. We'll cover the other hole right there, and that's it. You don't want to squish the sign onto the wreath too much, but you also want it to be part of the wreath, so you do want to work things around it and just fit it in nicely. I have my pipe cleaners in the back, and I'm just going to attach them, and then I just want to make sure that it's locked in. So I'm going to go around this intersection back and forth and then just twist the pipe cleaner. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And now I'm ready to display my wreath. Look at this little guy, made himself very comfortable. I was just sorting my Christmas 10-inch Deco Mesh, and as soon as I emptied the shelf, he's like, whoo, empty spot. Looks nice and comfy, huh, Leo?